This is TechCrunch.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has opened an investigation into Tesla's full self-driving tech after receiving reports that the software caused vehicles to run red lights or cross into wrong lanes. The probe, which identified more than 50 reports of these kinds of violations, 4 of which led to injuries, is one of the first specifically targeted at Tesla's full self-driving driver assistance software. The NHTSA previously opened an investigation into full self-driving in October of last year after receiving reports of crashes in low visibility conditions. The Federal Safety Agency closed an investigation into Tesla's less capable autopilot system in April of 2024 after identifying 13 fatal crashes related to the misuse of that software. A separate investigation into the efficacy of the fix Tesla issued to autopilot remains open. The new investigation was opened the same week that Tesla released the latest version of the software, which CEO Elon Musk has spent months hyping up. This new version is supposed to incorporate training data that Tesla acquired during its limited robotaxi pilot, currently underway in Austin, Texas. The safety agency's Office of Defects Investigation, or ODI, said on Thursday that it has received at least 18 complaints and one media report alleging that Tesla's full self-driving software failed to stop the car or stay stopped at red lights. In addition, ODI said it identified 6 reports from Tesla under the agency's Standing General Order for Crash Reporting, which requires companies to submit information about crashes involving autonomous or partially autonomous cars. According to the NHTSA, ODI said it has already worked with Maryland's Transportation Authority and its state police to determine if some of the red light problems are repeatable, since multiple subject incidents occurred at the same intersection in Joppa, Maryland. Tesla has already taken action to address the issue at this intersection. ODI also said on Thursday it had identified 18 complaints, 2 media reports, and 2 reports from Tesla about instances in which FSD entered opposing lanes of travel during or following a turn, crossed double yellow lane markings while proceeding straight, or attempted to turn onto a road in the wrong direction despite the presence of wrong-way road signs. ODI said it has identified 6 complaints, 1 media report, and 4 reports where a Tesla with full self-driving engaged drove straight through an intersection from a turn lane or turned from a through lane. ODI opened what's known as a preliminary evaluation, one of the first steps it can take on the way to requiring a recall. The agency said it typically tries to complete these investigations within 8 months, although it's unclear if the federal government shutdown would affect the timeline. Musk's Department of Government Efficiency earlier this year reportedly made dramatic cuts to NHTSA's vehicle automation safety staff. On Thursday, Apple shared how it's making changes to comply with the Texas state law, SB 2420, which introduces age assurance requirements for app stores and app developers. Although Apple already rolled out its own age assurance technology and tools earlier this year, in anticipation of a regulatory crackdown, the tech giant called out the Texas law over privacy concerns. In a developer announcement, Apple explains, "We are concerned that SB 2420 impacts the privacy of users by requiring the collection of sensitive, personally identifiable information to download any app, even if a user simply wants to check the weather or sports scores." The Texas law is one of several going into effect in the United States, given the failure of lawmakers and the federal government to create comprehensive internet regulations to protect minors online. As a result, states are coming up with their own laws with similar intentions, but different methods of implementation. A tech giant like Apple has the resources to comply with such laws, but smaller developers would not without Apple's provided tools. Other smaller startups are impacted by these laws as well. For instance, social networking startup Blue Sky had to block its service in Mississippi as the company said it didn't have the resources to comply with the law. When the law goes into effect on January 1st, Apple will be required to confirm whether Texas users are 18 years or older, and those under 18 will be required to join a family sharing group managed by parents or guardians. Parents and guardians will have to provide consent for all the minors' App Store downloads, purchases, and transactions. using Apple's existing in-app purchase system. To comply with the law, Apple said it will help developers determine age in a privacy-preserving way. For now, developers can use its declared age range API, which will be updated before the law goes into effect to provide the age categories for new account users in Texas. In addition, Apple will roll out new APIs later this year that will allow developers to get parental consent if they make significant changes to their app that would require a different age rating. Parents will also be able to revoke consent after it's granted if they determine the app is not appropriate for their child. Apple warned developers that similar laws will be coming into effect in Utah and Louisiana later in the year, so they need to get prepared. Music streaming app SoundCloud is evolving into a more social platform with the introduction of new community-oriented features. On Thursday, the company announced features like playlists based on the likes of friends or followed artists, an automated list that compiles all the tracks your friends are enjoying, suggested follows, and more. The features aim to enhance social interaction on the platform as SoundCloud competes with music streaming giants like Spotify. Spotify has been making strides to become more social. It recently launched a direct messaging feature that allows users to share playlists and songs directly with friends. The two most notable features SoundCloud launched let you see what your friends and favorite artists are listening to. Liked by Your Crew, for instance, is a daily updated list of tracks that your friends and favorite artists are enjoying. It appears on your homepage and shows what's popular among the users you follow. Another feature is Liked by Playlists, a scrollable carousel of playlists curated from the likes of friends and favorite artists. Additionally, SoundCloud has a new trending track wall, which displays popular tracks currently trending on the platform, along with filters to help you find what matters to you without having to dig through hundreds of playlists. These features are now available on the web, as well as on iOS and Android devices. SoundCloud also launched two features exclusive to its mobile app, including a Hot for You daily personalized track that's trending on the platform, curated to your music taste. The other new mobile feature recommends people to follow, including fans with music tastes similar to yours, users you may know in real life, and suggested artists. This appears as a carousel on the homepage, making it easier to connect with others on the platform. That's it from TechCrunch. For more tech stories like these, go to TechCrunch.com.